CivitAI is gone from the UK, but that still is important for you. It still affects you and the world of AI art, of AI user-generated content, of AI models and LoRa's. This is really important because it is not just about CivitAI. This is about all of the online landscape, and this is why we need to talk about. But this also, by the way, has effect on YouTube. They crack down on AI-generated content. It has an effect on Steam, the big gaming website, where they have removed hundreds of games for adult content. And all of that is related in some way. So let us start at the beginning. As you know, CivitAI had problems with Visa and MasterCard, and since they have removed thousands of models and LoRa's from their website because Visa and MasterCard said you can't have adult content or models that cannot generate adult content on your website if you want to have us as a payment service. Now, to be fair, Visa and MasterCard also got in trouble over the same situation, and this is why they now globally crack down on all these different companies. So their problem was that 2014, a video of a minor was uploaded on Pornhub. And that has been watched millions of times, and then there was a lawsuit. But the lawsuit also included Visa and MasterCard because they processed the payments for Pornhub as the complete thing, not just for that video, by the way. But it still was allowed by the lawyer, and it still had bad results for Visa and MasterCard. And because of that, they strengthened their terms of services. And because of that, they ended their cooperation with Pornhub as a payment service. And because of that, they cracked down also on other pages like CivitAI, where it says you can't use us as a payment process anymore if you have that kind of content. So CivitAI did react, and they did remove that content. But now that is done, and they have changed also over to cryptocurrency so that you can buy bus and can pay on their website, the UK government comes and says, well, now we have way stricter rules about what you can put on a website and show it in the UK, and that is called the Extreme Pornography Law, whatever that means. And it is about the Online Safety Act. But because of that, you have to have a very rigid and detailed documentation and checking process, but also you have to have a verified biometric ID check so people can get on your website. And of course, CivitAI says that's too much for us. We can't do that as a small company, so we will go and just turn the site off for the UK. Basically, it's going to be banned in the UK. And that is really bad. It's not just bad for the users in the UK, it's bad for everybody who uses CivitAI. Because, for example, I know people who have trained a lot of LoRa's and a lot of models, and now they are taking their models and LoRa's off the website because if they can't access their site themselves, how are they gonna update their models and LoRa's? It's not possible. So they're gonna take that down. But the thing is, this law, of course, also does not just affect CivitAI. It affects all pages that have user-generated content like that. Now, if you're an artist and you think, finally they get these AI guys where they need to be and they're going to be not locked up, but like moved out, well, it also affects you because the thing is, for example, a lot of artists are supported by their community through Patreon. But as you might know, Patreon also has a lot of user-generated and also AI-generated adult content on there. So are these users going to be removed, or is Patreon also going to be banned in the UK? That is really crazy. But also, the interesting thing is, at the same time, in the same frame of timing, now YouTube says, oh, we're going to crack down on AI content. And their argument, of course, it's not about adult content there, of course, because YouTube doesn't have that. YouTube doesn't allow that from the start, so they are safe from that. But what they say is they want to have authentic, original content. What does that exactly mean? I can understand. I can understand if you say, well, AI slop out there. There's like a lot of like AI content farms right now. They upload hundreds of videos of dancing cats and all kinds of like funny things. Mass generated, automated by the AI, writing the script, creating the video, uploading it to YouTube. I do understand that. I completely see that that is not good for YouTube. That is swallowed by a tsunami of bad content. I can completely understand that. But the question here is, from my side, how do you differentiate that from an actual artist-created AI content, where the person wrote the script and acted out the scene and then rendered everything with AI, like I recently did with my runway video? How are they going to differentiate that this is not an automated script? Even though it is fully AI as the final product, the process that went into it is not fully AI. It's by an artist, it's user-generated, it's authentic, it's original, it's an artwork. So where's the difference, right? And what is where is the limit, by the way? Is it only for video? Is it also for audio? Is it for music also? Because there's a lot of streams online that I also listen to with really good music, but that music is AI generated. That's a huge problem, right? Stuff is gonna be taken away from us, and the technology is gonna be limited for us in the way we can use it. But then at the same time, Steam bent, and have to bend, by the way, to the rules of Visa and MasterCard. When they say, well, we don't want to have that kind of adult content on Steam if you want to have us as a payment process. So same problem as with CivitAI. And in the same way, Steam, the big, huge Steam, the biggest player on the market, is bent down to the knee by Visa, by MasterCard, not replacing the government, because this is something that's kind of like coming also from the government with its judgment rule. But I have to ask you, why does a USA judge influence my life? I'm not part of that legal system. Why does it influence me? Why does this content have to be removed also for me? I'm a part of that. How is this a global thing? Visa just cracks down on everybody around the world based on what someone is deciding in the US. And it's kind of like this dark dystopian future where, rather than being the free citizens of the governments we voted for, we are kind of the citizens of the corporations that we need to go through life, because we need to pay our bills, we need to consume, we need to buy the products, but we can't buy the products because on the one side we're not allowed to pay, and on the other side we're not allowed to buy because the product is no more there. Where are you then? What can you do with your freedom if everything has been taken away from you, not by your government, not by the people you voted for, but by banks? A lot of these bad things are happening because of money, not because of protecting someone. I feel like the opposite is happening. It's not protection, it's greed and attack on our freedom, right? So let me know in the comments what you think about that. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video. Well, there's not much to enjoy here. It's pretty sad, to be honest. But maybe share that video so others can also see it, get active and angry about that kind of situation. Thanks for watching and see you soon. Bye.